Hey, how's it going, guys? Long time no see. Today I'm going to do something to my scalpel here that Shimano says you shouldn't do. So follow at your own risk and stick around. Oh, and later in the video, I'm actually going to give you like a little preview of my next bike build. So make sure you watch it all the way to the end. Okay, let's see what we have. We have the new XTR 9220 levers that I'm actually going to install using my existing 9100 series calipers. The install should be pretty straightforward because the hose connection fits, the leading funnel fits, also your shifter pod fits on here the same way like it did on the previous series. So you don't have to run these with a wireless drivetrain. You can actually just use your existing manual thumb shifters. So, yep, let's give this a whirl. Shouldn't take long to install. Going to put these on, going to remove my race levers, and the race levers will actually be transferred over to my trail bike that's running 4-piston Shimano XT brakes right now. So I should have pretty much almost the same feel on both bikes, if that makes sense. And the reason why I said this is something Shimano doesn't recommend is because these new brakes actually require new liquid. Now this is a low viscosity, really runny, so to speak, oil that Shimano recommends on their new brakes. That's why when you actually look at the lever, it says LV only right here. So using the quote-unquote old Shimano liquid shouldn't really harm the lever. I don't think so anyways, because you can always go a little thicker, I believe. If it gets a little runnier, that might push by the piston seals. So I will actually install these levers using the old liquid. And I'm going to run it for a while to see if this caused some issues or not. But as far as the install goes, everything should be a direct fit. If everything goes as planned, I don't even have to cut the hose to get like the little rubber boot thing off. So I don't have to mess with the barbs or any of that. Yeah, that's pretty much the plan for today. Let's get started. And it's done. It was pretty straightforward, just like your traditional Shimano brakes, nothing different. I can easily lock the wheels now, even on pavement, with one finger. Let's see if everything works out as it should once I actually hit the trails. Yeah, so far, it works. It's a thumbs up from me. Do it at your own risk. I got a couple of rides on these brakes now, and I'm pretty stoked with the setup. I mean, that's all I really need for a cross-country bike. The only thing I realized is because of the thicker fluid, the return is a little sluggish. If I move the lever really quickly like this, see how I can actually pull it all the way to the grip almost. I mean, it locks the wheel, but you know, this only happens when I do it just like now. And I realized that when I was bleeding the brakes, but out on the trail, I don't really apply the brakes like that. So for a cross-country bike, I think you're good, especially if your brake technique is like mine, where you pretty simply put, apply power and then just modulate it and then let go. If you were to do some enduro riding on some really gnarly steep stuff where you constantly are on the brakes, like full power on and off, mix and matching the new levers with the old fluid and the old calipers is probably not going to work for you. So anyways, yeah, that's my take on it. But overall, I'm happy with the setup. It works well. So don't be afraid to do it, but keep in mind what I just mentioned. So I ran the brakes all summer with no issues. The only thing I did was switch to a different fluid. So instead of running the super low viscosity Shimano fluid, I decided to run the Maxima, which is actually between the new and the old Shimano fluid as far as the viscosity goes. And it's been great ever since. No spongy feeling, no leaks anywhere, no piston seepage or leaky pistons. Nice crisp bite point, so no issues all summer long. And there you have it, folks. I did what Shimano says you shouldn't do, and it worked out just fine for me. But with anything that you see on the internet, do it at your own risk. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.